Hi gems, it's Lola here. I wanted to do something a little different, and I know I'm always getting compliments about my hair. So I decided to explain to you how I did it, why I did it, and how I maintain it. It all started when I had pitch black hair and I wanted to transition to blonde. And I actually have two hairstylists that work on my hair. One is named GINA, the other one's NIDIYAH. They are bomb. I will never go anywhere else. I'll put their links below, so if you want to check them out, if you're in the area, you should check them out. So anyways, I started from black and made my transition to blonde. It was a long transition, but my girl GINA hooked it up, and I loved my blonde hair. I really did. But then I saw a picture of someone with silver hair, and I said, you know what, I want something different. I want to try that. Now, I love my hairstylist because they're one of those hairstylists, because I have two, that do not want to mess up your hair. They'll put me on bleach probation. They always do that because I get a little excited and I want to go crazy with my hair and I want to like dye it all these different colors. They'll put me on bleach probation. They will. They decided to give me some options on what's the best way to achieve my hair color without messing up my hair so much. So that brings us on from GINA to NIDIYAH. Now, NIDIYAH suggested that the best way to keep my hair healthy is to do a partial weave. It would have been a whole weave, but I was like, I've never done a weave before. I've done extensions, but I've never done a weave before. So she decided to give me a partial weave, which if you don't know, I will explain to you. A partial weave is basically when this part of my hair is mine, so is this part, the sides, and so is a little bit of the bottom. But everything in the middle is a weave. Yes, I do have to tone down these parts. I had to bleach sometimes, but as long as it wasn't all of my hair, it kind of kept my curls intact. So it's exactly what I wanted. We started our process of going to silver hair. And then from silver, we went to lavender. It was so much easier going to lavender from silver, because I had this conditioner that she actually concocted herself. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you could see it, but obviously there's a lot of purple in there because I used it and it was amazing. I didn't even have to use so much of it. So basically it's a conditioner, a tinted conditioner. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's great because it keeps your hair healthy and at the same time it tints it a little bit so it doesn't look all washed out, and it's amazing for your hair. So I used this and some products that I used on my hair, which I'll share with you in a few. But I used this and it kept my hair lavender and I loved it. I even had a photo shoot with it and it was amazing. And that brings us on to the blue hair. That's my favorite. It's the most edgy and the most drastic transition I've ever done. So I love the blue, it's my favorite. And not only did I go drastically to a blue, but I also chopped my hair off. Well, not mine, the weave. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm not used to rocking short hair. I'm a long hair type of girl and I love my long hair. So let's talk about the process of doing the different hair colors. I've had to sit on a chair for 8 hours. It was a long process. It was one of those days where you walk in with a coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and then you eat lunch on your chair, and then you might even have to eat dinner on your chair. It's a long process, so if you want to do it, you have to be fully committed to do it. Every time I went to NIDIYAH, she would take off all the weave and she would wash my hair really well. We would tint the hair, dye the hair, whatever the process was, mixing the colors, and then after it's washed, you have to dry it. You have to, those tight braids. You had to sit on your chair for those tight braids, and then she would put something to protect it, and then she would like sew it up. And that, my friend, took 8 hours. Well, 8 hours, sometimes 6 to 8 hours, I would say. So it takes a long time, but I'm one of those people, if I'm paying for a service, I want to make sure it's done correctly and I want to make sure it's done right. So I will sit there for a whole day if I have to. Cons. Okay. Some people say that when they put on a weave that their hair feels a little itchy, a little dry, it's really hot and it gets like moldy. Honestly, I didn't have a big problem with weave. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you one thing. When you put your weave on in the wintertime, your hair looks bomb all the time. Winter, spring, fall, ugh, great time for weave. Summer, not so much, because in the summertime you feel like you're wearing a hat and you're obviously sweating 2 times as bad. And on top of that, I guess for me, it was a little difficult rocking colored hair in the summer, because once the sun hits it a lot, it can fade out the color quicker. So I would stay away from the sun. If you have colored hair, like purple, vibrant colored hair. The itchiness. The itchiness, I'll tell you what. It really wasn't that itchy for me. Sometimes it would get itchy, and then I knew that I have to wash my hair. So I would wash my hair and it would be fine. I didn't really have to deal with the itchiness. So just wash your hair more often. And after the whole procedure, it's not a procedure. Well, it feels like a procedure, but it's not a procedure. But after the whole process, you have to invest your time to take care of your hair. You have to make sure it's completely dry, because if after you wash it, if it's not completely dry, you can grow mold so make sure it's completely washed. I always make sure it's completely washed. I always make sure it was completely dry. Every time I had to change colors, I would ask my hairstylist, am I taking good care of it? Is it okay? Because I'm a first time person with the weave, so I want to make sure everything's perfect. Another thing, the tightness. First time you get a weave, oh my god, your head is gonna hurt because of the tight braids. They are so tight. I couldn't even crook a smile. I felt like I had Botox on my head, but after a while they loosen up, so you're fine. So it will feel uncomfortable in the beginning when you first get a weave. It will definitely feel uncomfortable, but then you get used to it. After my 3rd, 4th time putting it out and putting it back in, I was like a pro. So yes, it is a little bit uncomfortable. Some people say their weaves smell. The reason why your weaves smell is probably because you don't wash your hair. You need to wash your hair. You need to wash your hair when you have a weave. You need to take care of your hair a lot more than when you're like, maybe I'll wash it tomorrow. No, you need to wash your weave when it's itchy, when it smells. Just wash it. I never really had that problem because my hair was always washed. And that was it. I have some pros. So one of the pros that I have to say is that when you get a partial weave, some people can't even tell it's not yours, because this is my real hair in the front. You can't even tell I have a weave on because I could do all of this stuff and you can't tell. Some people didn't even know. They just didn't know. So another pro is that I really don't have to do much to my hair, because once you curl your hair, it stays that shape. I don't know why, maybe because it's not your hair. When it was my natural hair, I had to make sure I did it every day. When you have weave, you could curl your hair 2 days ago and walk right out the 3rd day like nothing. You just brush it out and walk out. It was low hairstyling maintenance. Does that make sense? Another pro. Yes, the biggest pro of them all, you are giving your hair a rest. I've noticed that when my stylist NIDIYAH would take out the weave, my hair looked curlier, it was bouncier, and I knew it's because I wasn't putting so much heat to it. Those are definitely benefits to having your hair in a weave. So why did I do it? I did a partial weave because I felt that I wanted to eventually start rocking my hair curly, but the only way I was ever gonna do that is if I gave it a rest from all the heat. And in order to do that, I would have to put on a weave or stop cold turkey the curling iron, and I wasn't about that life. I love my curling iron and I love my straightening iron, and I love waving my hair out like this, so I was not gonna stop that. So the best option for me was to put it in a weave. I was like, all right, I'll try that. Don't knock it till you try it. And that's why I wanted healthier hair at the end of this process, and I wanted to try all these different looks without damaging my hair, and a partial weave seemed like the best option for me. So that is why I did it. Like I said, I promised you I would show you the products that I use to keep my hair a little healthier. Okay, so let's jump right in it. Like I said before, I use the EVO Fabuloso Pro to keep my hair silver and purple. This is why I like these things. They can put as much purple as you want, as much blue, as much silver, whatever the case may be, they can put that in there. So I use this for my lavender hair and my silver hair. You'd be surprised, because when I used it for my silver, it kept the cool tones, as well as it progressively made it a little lavender. So when I had the silver hair, I had some lavender highlights, which was amazing. Nobody really has that hair color. So transitioning to the blue, she did one of these concoctions, the EVO Fabuloso Pro concoction in blue, and obviously you can tell that I'm obsessed with this color because it's kind of pretty much gone, but this works wonders and it does tint your hair and conditions it at the same time. So I would suggest you find a hairstylist who has these products if you're trying to transition to different colors. Styling products that I use: Pureology, the Essential Repair Instant Repair. This is so good for your split ends, and it's 100% vegan, so use it. It's good. It smells really good. It smells like cologne. Get it. Another thing that I used was the Redken, and this is actually almost gone. It's so lightweight right now because I use it up all the time. And the Smooth Lock Stay Sleek Leave-In Cream for dry, unruly hair. So Smooth Lock from Redken, amazing. And it smells, oh, it smells like flowers. It smells so good. And obviously I would use a little bit of coconut oil in between just to hydrate my parts of the hair, not the weave. You do have to maintain it, and the maintaining part is the most important part, because if you're going to spend all this money to have these certain looks, you better make sure that you're maintaining it correctly and it's not, the color's not fading and everything's working out perfectly. So those are some tips I would like to give you. So yeah, I hope this really helps you decide if you want to transition from different colors. The best way to do it, it's up to you. For me, it was getting a partial weave. Don't regret it at all. Is it something I would do again? Yeah. Was it expensive? Yeah. But was it worth it? Yes, it was. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. If you like these type of videos, I will do some more of these. And please check out my girls underneath this video somewhere. The link is for GINA and for NIDIYAH. They're amazing. Follow them on Instagram, and follow me on Instagram. The links are below. All right, hope to see you soon. Peace out, gems.